draw your sword, knock your arrows, and ready your spellbook. It's time for another episode of The Gamesmen. What role will you play?
Greetings, guys, gals, and guildies. Welcome to episode 61 of The Gamesmen. We are not live again, but we're coming to you pre-recorded. This is the show for Thursday, July the 21st, 2011, and we're here tonight to talk about the first 6 months on the release schedule of 2011. So, I guess you should probably know who's running the show around here. That is me. My name is Steve Conger, also known as JSS Lifelike, on pretty much every gaming service imaginable. And I have a nice little smorgasbord of folks here with me this evening. I heard a little chuckle there.
Yeah, I like that.
So, you're hearing the one guy right there. We might as well introduce him. He is from ironhammers.org. He is Bobby Gooding. How are you, sir?
I am fine and dandy. Very well indeed, man. How are you? It's been a long time since we've actually spoken.
I know, and plus, I don't know, have we ever actually had you on the show besides, I mean, I know we did it a few times, maybe when we were live or when we were doing little things like that, and I've been on yours and stuff, but is this like the first, like, full-length recorded type of outing?
I think you are about to pop my Gamesman virginity. Apart from the odd call-in show that I called in on when we used to do that kind of jazz, this is the first time, man. Yeah, that was fun. I used to love that.
Yeah. It was like, the only thing with that was it's so hard to depend on content coming from the outside.
I agree 100%.
You know, but it was so much fun. Like, it was fielding everything on the fly, and I would imagine, like, on a super smaller scale, that's kind of what it is to run, like, you know, have a radio program or something like that. But,
yeah, man, it's not easy.
So, Bobby's not the only one here this evening. Back by popular demand is Danny Superstarless Thorpe. How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
Not too bad. I'm just, getting ready to discuss some games. There's been a ton of good releases this year so far, and I am excited to kind of discuss it with you guys. But I gotta say, last but not least, one of my favorite people in the world, Daniel Knappman, Mr. Hardly. Dan, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good?
All good.
I have to say, Bobby is, he's filling in for Mr. Scott the Rabbit Scotsman McGregor tonight because
he's playing League of Legends.
No? You would think that.
Really?
You would think that. Yeah. I mean, he says he's sick. I don't know if that means that he's really sick or, you know, I don't know. But,
the old League of Legends sickness.
Yeah. The lol off, call off, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So before we get into this release schedule, we had a great comment on episode 60 from John Mal5 over at the Play Vault. You can actually check vghub.net, and there's a link to the Play Vault right there. It's a great site, a lot of great content. But Danny, I'm going to let you go ahead and read John Mal's comment from last show.
Okie dokie. Hey, I'm really enjoying the show right now. I wanted to comment on your comments with the gaming industry enthusiasts and media press websites. Understand why you feel like this, and I was getting very, very tired and put off with websites putting out idiotic stuff for clicks and views. Fuck those guys.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I was getting annoyed with fanboys who were trolling all over my posts. I enjoy writing about games. I love it, in fact, and look forward avidly to recording the next show and having some fun while talking about this common interest we all love. I've met awesome people like yourself, my podcast co-host Dave Dog and Curtis, as well as the awesome guys at Veteran Gamers and Gate. You have to look on the bright side of games too. At times, editing the podcast for hours and hours makes me feel a little like, shit, this is a chore, but the end product always makes me feel happy and worthy. I do get games for review. I enjoy reviewing them, but I don't do it for views or comments. I do it because I love trying all types of games, and I usually review games I would not buy. I love writing, reviewing, reading, podcasting, and listening to podcasts like VG, OC, and The Gamesmen. My podcast and website have been around for 5 minutes compared to podcasts like The Gamesmen or even the OC.
Well, we've been around for all that long either, but yeah.
6 minutes.
Yeah, that's about it.
In a discussion with my friend from my actual shitty day job, he asked why I have anything to do with the other gaming websites. He asked if they were the competition. I explained to him it is not a business, I don't get paid, and I do not want to get paid for it. I want to be a school teacher, and I'm training to do so very, very slowly. There is no competition for enthusiast sites like TPV. I started the site because I got a review published in a popular 360 Gamer UK magazine, and it made me feel good that my writing was out there. If I can give other people the chance to get their work read, I like that. The only story or article that can really come to life is if there is someone left to listen. Anyway, in this essay I just wanted to say, don't get too down with gaming JSS. Just take from gaming what you like. You like the Wii and JRPGs, then take...
No, wait a minute. No, wait. Is that all I'm known for liking?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pretty
Really?
much.
I think that's where it says on your Twitter profile, isn't it?
I don't think so. Oh, God. Oh, man. I do understand that I am a huge JRPG advocate and Wii advocate, but, man, I don't know. That kind of makes me feel like we're back to the whole thing of everybody making fun of me of swinging my controller around violently and things like that. Yeah, well.
Then take those away from it. You like podcasting, and an awesome podcast it is, by the way.
Aww.
Then take that away from gaming. N4G pisses me off because it is full of people waiting to put others down but ignore them. Don't feed the trolls. We game for one reason. It is a fun form of escapism. When it stops becoming fun and becomes a chore. Have fun. Cheers, Jonathan. John Mal5.
Thank you very much, John. That is a great comment. You know, whenever we get a comment like that, I mean, the time that it takes to type something like that up, I mean, we got to talk about it a little bit. And Bobby, N4G is like this...
It's a cancer. That's like, what I would like to call it.
Oh God, it's like this necessary evil.
Yeah, man, I feel you 100% there, because as John says, they're taking a post on your blog or your website. I mean, as somebody who actually does write for a living now, it's tough because if I don't get the views, then I don't get paid, basically. And I've had to kind of take a very fine line between writing content for views and writing content that I want to write. And
I know
there's so many people on N4G, and you can write. I mean, I could sit down for a day and do a week's work just by writing content that is geared for N4G. Because if you just say the right thing in the title, you're going to get thousands of clicks and thousands of negative comments and all that goes with it. And I don't know, man, but if you want to get your word out there, it's one of those things where you do need to post your content up on there. But I will say nowadays, I just totally try and ignore that it exists, man. I think that, as he says, don't feed the trolls, basically. I try and submit, if I post a review, I submit it to N4G. When it comes to news and anything else, the approval process and all that kind of stuff, it's just, I don't see it as worthwhile, man. I think that I'd rather take another year to build those views up more naturally than kind of let the trolls come and take over Iron Hammers.
Oh, and I think they're kind of cheap clicks too.
They're not going to come back.
You know what I mean? Like they're clicks that won't return. Yeah, exactly. And I think my biggest problem with N4G is that I guess I've checked a couple of, mornings here, and I've seen, you've sent me something to approve or something like that. And here, all the way in the morning, it still hasn't been approved, but yet somebody submits a story that, like, David Jaffe has giant balls, and it gets approved in, like, 6 minutes.
Man. And it's not just that, like, the number of times that my content that I have submitted in the past will get reported as being a duplicate, and I will look at the duplicate post, and it was posted about 4 hours after my one. But just because whoever posted it has got 10 friends that can approve it immediately, then they approve it, report mine as a duplicate, and I'm just like, oh, thanks. And then suddenly a mod comes along and marks it as failed, and I'm like...
Yeah, bang, done. I know. Well, like I said, N4G is good to get the word out, but I do think that it is part of the problem more than part of the solution.
Totally not.